I've been performing at the IUP open mic since the beginning of my freshman year. The first open mic night of my freshman year, I was there because I heard that there was an open mic and I love playing at open mics. I really like that there's a really good core group of people there and we're all really supportive of each other. No one hates on anyone. There's all different kinds of performers and all different styles of music, and there's comedy, and everyone is really respectful and appreciative of everyone. It's really fun. The people at the open mic are really friendly. Everyone's really supportive and encouraging and always telling each other a good job, and this audience is really nice. Everyone should definitely come to the open mic, even if they just want to listen at first, if they need to work up the courage to play, because it's really cool. You get to meet a lot of really cool musicians who are there, and everyone's down to kind of collaborate and jam with people if you're into musical collaboration projects. And then if you play and you aren't really that good, no one cares. Everyone loves you anyway, so just come. When Nikki graduates in May, me and this other girl named Brittany are going to be taking over the open mic. And yeah, I've ran open mics before in my hometown. It should be really super fun and super cool. So the fun will keep going.
I love being in charge of open mic night. It's like my baby. I'm gonna be sad when I have to give it up because it's really something I love. My favorite part is watching everyone perform. We have some really amazing performers here, some beautiful singers. It's incredible. Some of the responsibilities I have are setting up all of the equipment, making sure everyone's signed up and everything like that. That's pretty much it. It's not a whole lot. There's two girls that are going to be taking over for me when I graduate, Kat Zisk and Brittany Boyles.
I've been performing at open mic for about 2 years. I've been playing guitar for 5 years, and I just got a keyboard, so I'm about to start playing that, but just guitar 5 years. I love the atmosphere of open mic, just all the people and all the performers coming together, and you get to hear other people's things, and like everybody's just really good at open mic, and it's cool to hear. It's really welcoming. There's always new people. It got huge actually since last year, so there's so many more people. I pretty much perform at open mic every week. When I perform, I play, usually I'll do an original and a cover, so I mix it up.
I have been performing at open mic night since probably last semester, 2 semesters ago, but it was on and off, and this semester I'm trying to do it more frequently. I like comedy, and if I can, I don't know, I feel if I'm not funny, people might feel better about themselves, or if I'm just not, or if my life is weird or dumb sometimes, people can feel better about that. So I just want people to be happy all the time, even though I'm not. I like all the music that goes on. There's a lot of really talented people that play there, and it's very cool to see how much talent is at this school. No, I feel pretty comfortable. I don't know a lot of the people there. I don't know a ton of the people that do open mics, but when I've talked to the people, they're pretty friendly and pretty open and accepting. They don't make me feel like I'm outcast or whatever because I suck sometimes. So that's nice of them. I appreciate it. Occasionally you'll get people just calling out stuff randomly, which is fine. As long as it doesn't stump me up there, or like I can kind of react with and go along with it, or get a little more material out of it, I am totally okay with that. So I was sitting at work today, aka watching Breaking Bad.
Well, Len, it's coming down real good right now, and when the snow's coming down, people need to know what's going on the roads, and that's why I'm here with Justin Chesnick. He is the Public Information Officer of the Ohio Department of Transportation District 4. Justin, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Thanks for coming out and bearing the cold with me. I appreciate it.
Not a problem.
So, Justin, can you just tell me a little bit about what's the protocol with the snow crews when they're going out in the morning? How do you handle the snow?
Sure. Well, we've been out pretty much since yesterday, plowing and treating the roads. With what we have here, we have extreme cold, we have some windy conditions, plus we have snow falling. So really, all three things are going against us. But really, our crews have been out. 20 crews in Mahoning County, 20 crews in Trumbull County. So we have 40 between the two. Between the two crews, we're plowing, we're using calcium, some beet juice as well, we're using salt, basically just plowing and treating the roads and making them passable for motorists.
And how do you choose like what roads to target first?
Well, really, our main priorities are our interstates and our State Route 11 and US 224, roads like that have the most traffic. That actually is the roads that we kind of will take care of first. Now, we have trucks on every route around the counties, but again, those ones with the most traffic, we'll kind of prioritize those a little bit more.
And I know that you were telling me when you drop that salt and that calcium, the more traffic actually helps the calcium start to activate. That's correct?
Absolutely. If we're out there plowing and treating at 2 or 3 in the morning, you're not going to see as good of a result as you do at 6, 7, 8 o'clock when motorists really get out there. As those tires are going over that material, they're activating it. They're helping to help melt that snow and ice. So the more traffic that's out there, the more beneficial.
And that'll help when the snow starts coming out harder and you really can't keep up with the roads. Like if it just keeps piling on like that, that activation will really help with that.
Well, on top of that, too, we have some wind out there. We have extreme cold. So, crews might be plowing and treating a road. It may look wet 1 minute and you get a big wind gust and you have another inch of snow on the road. So motorists really need to just take their time out there, expect conditions to change from mile to mile and minute to minute. Just give yourself extra time.
And for those motorists going out this morning, whether to work or just any kind of errand, what do they need to know? What can you say to them to make sure that they're safe today?
Well, the big thing is always eliminate those distractions. Don't be playing with the radio. Don't be on your cell phone. Really pay attention out there. Travel slowly. And again, if you got to get somewhere, give yourself an extra 10, 15 minutes, extra time.
And when you're saying, say if it's really bad in Columbiana County, you were saying that you kind of shift crews around to help out in different areas. You don't just stay in this one area if other crews need help.
We can do that. We use a little bit of transparent boundaries. Occasionally, if there's a really bad storm to the south or to the north, all ODOT districts are going to work together. We're one ODOT. Basically, we'll shift crews to the north, to the south, to the east, to the west, wherever we have to make sure the hardest hit areas are being taken care of so the roads are safe for motorists.
All right, Justin, thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming out this morning. Make sure to stay with WYTV and WYTV.com for all weather forecasts going on this morning throughout the day, and also make sure to check for school closings because I'm sure there are a lot of them this morning. But for now, reporting live in Canfield, I'm Eric Zarenko for WYTV 33 News Daybreak. Len?
Thank you, Eric. Let's toss it right over to Jim for a weather update.
The Tantastic Tanning Salon in Salem is a building many people in the community wish came down a long time ago. Its demolition is set to start today, but setbacks started showing up before construction could even begin.
The delay is due to utility lines still hooked on the back of the building.
Wise Carver tells me they are worried that when they take down the back wall of the building, it will go out, hitting the utility lines instead of falling in like they hope. He says waiting on utility companies is the main point of delay.
Some of them are still active, but some of them are not active, but they're still connected to the main power line, feeding other properties, other buildings, and could endanger the public. So we don't want to get involved with that.
Nearby business owners and residents explained how having their part of East State Street blocked off has really affected that area.
The businesses rely on the parking in front of the stores because there's no rear parking on the north side. And so it's really affecting their businesses because you have to park a ways away just to be able to get to the building.
Recycled Treasures is a store about 2 buildings down from Tantastic. Their business has been cut in half.
We have a back entrance and we've kind of advertised it to be open, and there's a little bit of parking on back there. But the sales have gone down probably half since we've opened.
For the town of Salem, this project continues to be a waiting game. In Salem, Eric Zarenko, WKBN 27 First News.
I'm
am stuck in New York City right now because the bus service I take canceled every single one of his trips back to Western Pennsylvania today. Now, the reason these trips are canceled is not because of snow. All the snow we got was last night, and it wasn't even that bad. We're getting nothing here like Boston is getting. The reason is because of the high winds expected to move into the area. Now, the city is expecting to get winds anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour with wind gusts all the way up to 60 miles an hour. Now, gusts this strong could easily turn over a bus, it could easily turn over a truck, and also create extremely hazardous travel conditions. Now, another reason, that was the main reason, another reason is the brutally cold temperatures we're feeling right now. Right now it's about 17 degrees in New York, but with that wind chill, it makes it feel like 4 degrees, and those temperatures are going to do nothing but drop throughout the day until they reach single digits tonight, most likely having that wind chill be below 0 at that time. Now, I was walking around the city earlier when that wind was blowing, and it really didn't feel too bad, but when the wind picked up, I could barely stand being outside. My face hurt, my legs hurt, my ears hurt, and I was wearing heavy clothes at that time. I was wearing a jacket and a hat as well. This is where you can get frostbite in a matter of minutes, which is why the streets of New York are a lot more quiet than usual. Now, as for bus lines, they should be back to normal by Monday. I already scheduled mine for the morning, so hopefully I'll see all of you back in Youngstown bright and early Tuesday morning. But for now, reporting in New York, I'm Eric Zarenko.
Dan and Amy, besides frigid temperatures out here, well, first of all, it is cold. Take a look at the ground down here. It's light and fluffy snow on the ground. That's what's falling. But when you take a look at the road like Midlothian behind me, that's where the snow gets wet. Those cars are coming through here, and that snow is really turning into just this slushy ice, and that ice is forming on the bottom barrier of the road, and that snow is falling on top of it. That's what's making those cars slide. And Amy, I know you even told me just a little bit ago when you were coming in that any kind of hill that you were going up, your back wheels were sliding off. So if you're going out this morning, be extra careful and drive extra slow because those roads are very icy. Now, we did see some plow trucks out. I called Justin Chesnick, who is the public information officer for ODOT District 4 in Akron, and he told me that that is tricky when it comes to ice because it's rain falling first before that water turns to ice, but that they're just going to continue to keep plowing and treating. Now, if the temperatures go below 25 degrees, they're going to use calcium and beet juice, but if they stay above 25 degrees, like it is, I think, around right now, they're just going to continue using salt. Now, I also called Mahoning County Dispatch and Boardman Police Department to see if there are any accidents on their roads right now, and as of now, they have nothing to report on. And coming up in the next hour, I'll be showing you a cool little gadget that'll tell you really how cold these road temperatures are and why they are freezing right now. But for now, reporting live in Boardman, I'm Eric Zarenko for WKBN 27 First News. Dan?
This is coming up for you in just a few minutes. Eric?
Thank you, Corey. Crews investigating an unknown substance that was discovered Friday in Lake Erie believe it came from a power plant. Cleanup continued today near Cleveland, and barriers remain to prevent the substance from spreading. Vacuum trucks have recovered about 1,500 gallons of contaminated water. Cleveland Public Power has accepted the cleanup responsibility. Well, a major power provider is shutting down about 6 coal-powered plants next month. Columbus-based American Electric Power recently gave notices to workers at 3 plants in West Virginia, the Muskingum River plant in Ohio, and a plant in Indiana and Virginia. The closures will affect more than 250 workers. AEP is trying to meet stricter federal emission standards. And now a follow-up to a story we've been covering for months. The fight to keep the Youngstown Developmental Center open has a new ally. Members of the Youngstown State University Student Democrats have written a letter asking the state to keep the mineral-rich facility open. The center, which houses about 90 people who need special care, is set to close in 2017. The college Democrats say they are against any plans to move the residents to another center.
That's a very easy fix in someone's mind, but actually visiting the center and knowing the residents, there's members of the YDC who have already been moved, and this is the second time it's happened within the last 30 years.
The center employs more than 200 people. It's one of 10 developmental centers in Ohio. The state's Department of Disability says that number of centers is no longer financially sustainable. Well, it's time now to get a little festive. The Easter holiday always includes a lot of chocolate and jelly beans, and for some people in Struthers, it means buying those treats last minute at a discount they just can't resist. 33 News reporter James Santelli has that story.
What?